Hello again. This is the Record Hunter. Cheers. So today, I'm recording this. I guess 6/23 for Glenn Danzig's 70th birthday. This is my Misfits collection. It's actually my Misfits, Samhain and Danzig collection, and I was fortunate enough to meet Glenn Danzig years ago. And he got a little signature. I don't really do signatures, but I do pictures. If you ever go to my Instagram, Record Hunter Vinyl Collector, or Spare Change, Instagram, Facebook for Spare Change, and Instagram, you can see a bunch of my pictures. I just met Ice-T a couple of days ago, but I'll save that for a different video. But because today is, I've been holding off on this for a while. It's like I wanted to do this one for a special like show, and because I've been collecting the Misfits stuff since 1987, or actually 1986. I was buying them, but I wasn't really collecting. They were the first band I actually started to collect because I discovered that they are like collectible. I got the collector's bug and became a record collector because of the Misfits. In 1986, I saw Metallica. They would be wearing Misfits shirts all the time, and Metallica was my favorite band back in 1986. And so I was curious, who are the Misfits? I mean, they're always wearing their shirts. It's my favorite band, and so I checked out. I picked up Earth AD. There wasn't too much of this available at the time, so I picked up Earth AD, and I will show that in a little while. But first, I'm just going to show you my 7 inches, then the LPs, because it's going to just be too much if I have to show you like a 7-inch and LP, a 7-inch and LP. So let's start off with Misfits, Cough Cool, on Blank Records with She. I remember when I bought this record, my mom was so angry at me because it was 1988, I believe. 87. 1987. It was 1987, and I bought this off this guy who was selling his Misfits records. He also gave me a bunch of flyers, which I was going to dig out the flyers, but I said, you know what, I'm just going to save those for like a show where I start showing flyers. I'll do that in the future. But he gave me a bunch of old Misfits flyers, and he gave me this record for $30. This record is now worth a lot more money than $30. So, Cough Cool, Blank Records. Then I got Misfits Bullet. Okay, oh yeah, this is from 77. This Bullet is from 78. And then we have Night of the Living Dead. I believe this is from 79. This is a Danzig Who Killed Marilyn, but this is a bootleg. I wish I had an original of this, but you know, it's cool. It's cool still have it. I just wanted a complete collection. There's some few bootlegs in here. There's some originals. Here's Misfits. Misfits Horror Business. I think we're hitting around 1980 now. Got Halloween, and it has Halloween 2 on it. This one is a bootleg, and I paid a lot of money for this. Well, not really, but at the time, this was the 80s. I bought this in 1988 off a guy for I think I paid $30 for this too. $30 is a lot of money in 1988. Just let you know that. All right. And I wanted this one because it had Last Caress on there, and I wanted that because Metallica was, you know, with the Garage Days, the Garage Days 12 EP, you know, so they had a couple of Misfits songs on here. So, okay, then I got 3 Hits from Hell. Okay, this one I got more recently. This is a reissue. This is the Evil Live 7-inch. They did these with a few different covers. I'd still like to get the other covers, even though I'll take the reissues. Yeah, I'm no longer trying to spend hundreds of dollars on records. I just want a complete collection. And I'll take reissues. Like if I decide, like, hey, if you could buy a record for $30, it's a reissue, or you could buy the original for $3,000. No brainer. I'll buy like $130 records. So, all right, here's a live bootleg, live from 1979. Perfect Crime. Return of the Fly bootleg. Okay, this is a live bootleg, live at Max's Kansas City. Nothing on the back. Okay, got a couple different colors of these. Maybe even a vinyl might be a different color. Yeah, this is a red. This is a Walk Among the Dead. It's like 7 outtakes. These songs wound up on that Misfits CD box set, which I do have, but I'm not showing that today. And then I also got it with this other color. No, that's red. The cover's a different color. Do I have a different color vinyl for this one? Oh yeah, okay. And I got it also in yellow. Okay, here's Evil Is As Evil Does. This is pretty cool. They changed the lyrics a little bit for Teenagers from Mars. Not very nice lyrics for, what's his name? How come I'm brain farting here? Bobby Steele. Not very nice lyrics, but it's also on another record I'm going to show you later. This is just like a few songs from a full-length concert I got coming up for Christmas '81. Okay, we got a Ratfink. Another bootleg. Okay, this is a Creepshow. I think these are some live songs. Here's a more modern, the more modern version of the Misfits, or well, I guess not modern now. It's the Michael Graves version. Monster Mash, and I think Jerry only sings on this. Maybe it's not the Graves. It might have been like that Project 1950 era. I'd have to check back on that. Okay, here's a Samhain live on Earth as in Hell live bootleg. This was pretty cool. And then I got this Danzig bootleg. This came out like when the first album came out. I'll show you this one. Came with a sticker and cool double 45. Really cool like artwork on the inside, and like that Danzig skull. Let's see what they have play on here. They play All Hell Breaks Loose, London Dungeon, Twisted Cane, Mother, and Mother of Mercy. Yeah, this was a pretty cool 7-inch. Oh yeah, and it comes with, almost forgot, it comes with a poster. Look at that. Never hung that on my wall. Danzig's first solo album, came out. Oh, you know what I didn't pull out, and I probably should have showed you, or at least I could tell you, is before the first album came out, he did a song on the Less Than Zero soundtrack. And it's a pretty cool soundtrack. It also has Slayer on there. And believe it or not, the I like it, but the Bengals do a really good cover of Shady Haze of Winter. It's kind of fast. It's almost a little punky. It's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna put this here on the side because this is giving me a little bit of an issue. Okay, let's get to these albums now. Okay, take another sip. Okay. I Ain't No Goddamn Son of a Bitch. Live in 82, 83. All they have is this flyer. I don't even think there's... Yeah, all they have is this flyer on there. And one concert, one side is from LA in 83, and then the other side is from Detroit in 82. Okay, then here's another live concert. Live Night of the Living Dead at 930 Club in DC, 1982. Limited edition, 1,000 copies. Okay, this one here, this is the Christmas 81. This is one I told you they were talking a little crap about Bobby Steele. And this is definitely recorded off a soundboard. And I think this is the better recording than Evil Live. It's just at one point in the recording, the sound drops. And also on Among the Living, Mother May Can I Go Out and Kill the Night is from this record. So I show that good. Okay. Okay, this is the second press. And I bought this at Reckless Records the very first day Reckless Records came to Chicago. This was how do I put this? This was a mission to get this record. So they were selling records, expensive records, really cheap for like the first weekend they opened up. And my friend Martine saw this record for $120 at a record show. And this is 1989. And I went there, and I went with $30. I didn't have much money back then, and like I said, $30 is a lot of money back then. I went there with $30, and got there, and this was $30. I still have the original receipt inside here, somewhere. Is it still in there? Don't see it. I did have the original receipt. Well, either way, here's a cool insert. Did have the original, or not the original receipt, the original price tag. Still probably somewhere. Here's a flyer came inside that. Had that thing for years. I hope I did not lose that. So, but yeah, I went there. So I went there with my buddy Jimmy McCune, and he went and bought like a Ramones record. He was a big Ramones fan, and we went all the way over there, and he was pretty tapped out after he got his record, and this guy was $30. And you know what the problem was? With tax, it was like $32. I didn't have the tax, so it took me 2.5 hours to take a bus over there to pick up the record. And then I had to take a bus back home, ask somebody to hold it. I had to take a bus back home and got $2, and then I went back to Reckless and bought the record, and then went back home. So the whole trip took me like 7 or 8 hours just to get this record, but worth it, 100%. So here's a reissue from 1989. I picked this one up because I just didn't want to play this one too much. And I don't know, I wind up playing either or whenever I listen to them. Okay, here's Evil Live Actually, I did really good on this one. I bought this off a friend of mine who was a skater, and he was selling his records. I think I paid $12 off of him to probably like 88, 89. I was still in high school, so. Okay, here's the first Misfits record I ever bought. Bought this in 1986. Earth 80. Gotta cover that little spot up. But yeah, this is the record. This is the one that got me into the Misfits. And I'm glad I started off with this one because I was starting to get really into heavy stuff. If I would have started off with even maybe Walk Among Us, I don't know if I would have liked it as much, but I got or Legacy, or you know, I'm just glad I started off with this record. It really got me into the Misfits. Okay, Die Die My Darling. I picked that up next. Okay, here it is, a more newer version of Misfits. Legacy of Brutality. This is on Plan 9 but Caroline Records. But here's an original press. This is the first press, a really early press. I don't know, I can't really show you, but like you could see through. Here's how you test if you have an original press of any of these early Plan 9 records, is put them up against a light bulb and you should be able to see like through them. I don't know if you'll be able to. You should be able to do that. That's how you'll know you have an original Plan 9 record. Okay, here's Evil Live. I bought this on black vinyl and green vinyl together because I started to become a collector. I bought this when it came out, like the day it came out, and I bought it on green because it was like limited edition of 500 copies. This one's pretty rare. Oh, I bought this when it came out too. So this is the collection. I still have the date on this. I bought this 11/23/1990. This is when they did the collections. It was pretty cool. Like a lot of the 7 inches were on these 2 collections. Actually, it's funny. I kind of see through this too. Maybe these are the early Plan 9 ones were like that. I got this red vinyl collection too. Static Age. This I bought more recently, so this might even be like a 180 gram. That I bought newer, maybe within the last 10 years, just because I wanted to have it on vinyl. I had it on the Coffin CD case. Okay, American Psycho. I bought this when it came out. I really regret not buying Famous Monsters because it's really expensive. But yeah, there's the Michael Graves stuff. I like the Michael Graves stuff too. So, Project 1950. It's a bunch of covers. Jerry only sings. Not very great. I bought it on CD original. It has a different album cover. That album cover is not too great. This one's not that great either, but it's a lot better looking than the other album cover. And the album, it's just not a great album altogether. Okay, the Misfits, the singles collection. Basically, I bought this. This is from Japan. This is a bootleg. It's a purple. And I just bought this because it had all the songs that were on the, all the singles that are on the box set. So I figured between this and the 7 inches, and I could have it all on vinyl. So, oh, I might need that 12 Hits from Hell. I don't have that. Okay, now I'm going to show you some Samhain Sinitium first press. But it's on black. So, can I see through that? you can see through like these early records. Plan 9. Okay, I can't show you the album cover, so I stuck this old flyer I had from '92. It's a pretty good show there, but she's nude on the album cover, so I can't show you. This is Unholy Passion EP. All right, November Coming Fire, third Samhain record. It did another record. It was originally, or album. It was originally on CD and cassette only, called Final Descent. They repressed it on vinyl a few years ago, but I never was able to pick it up. Looking out for that. So I did buy this when it first came out. Danzig, first record. Just standard black. Lucifuge, my little drummer, gave me this record, first press. He got a little water damaged, the cover, but album's in great condition. Great album. Probably my favorite of the solo records. And then I picked this one up just recently because it was cheap. It was like $10. So I had it on CD. I gave it a listen. I still haven't listened to the vinyl yet. I should probably give this a spin. It wasn't my favorite, but you know, hey, $10. I Luciferi. So, well, that's it. That's my Misfits, Samhain and Danzig collection. I want to thank everybody for sticking with me for this video, and I will catch you next time when the hunt is on. Please like and subscribe. Cheers from the Record Hunter.